Hi, so first thing to note before I start talking about the technique that I'm going to use to change the battery is to check the description of this YouTube video. I'll put all the part numbers and all the links to the tools that I'm going to use. But here's the background story. This is a Sena SMH 10 Bluetooth motorcycle intercom that I've been using for about 13 years. And like anything that runs on a battery, the battery eventually becomes exhausted. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to talk and show you and demonstrate very easily how to change the internal battery and the tools that I use to do that. Please check the description of this video. Scroll down. I'll give you the battery part numbers. I'll put you the Amazon link into the description of the video, and I will take my time. My background is that I'm no electrician and I'm no expert, but over a period of time this SMH pod has slowly refused to charge, and when it had charged, the charge light never moved from red to blue. So the first tool that you need to do this is a Torx T7 screwdriver bit to open up the 3 screws or the Torx screws that are in the unit. One here, one here, one here. And I've watched a couple of YouTubers make videos. They're typically American lads that have done this, and there is a warning that there is a seal around the pin areas, so you've got to take extreme care in when you've undone these, breaking the seal around the outer edge of this unit. So to do that, I use a piece of plastic to firmly undo this. So let's crack on and do that, and then take a look inside and see how easy or how hard or difficult it is to change the battery. So deliberately I've tried not to bore you, showing me simply undoing the 3 T7 security screws. It is literally very, very easy, and all of the people that commented it was exceptionally difficult to get the lid off with the battery that we can see there. I found no difficult doing to it, and I've got fairly big hands. Anyway, so as we can see, the battery is here, and it literally plugs into the circuit board, and it's held quite neatly in a receptacle, rectangle moulding of the Sena. Now this initially made me nervous, but there is a number written here, which is basically Echo 602248 110910, and I'm going, my goodness me, that's a mouthful. It's 49 millimeters long, 22 millimeters wide, and 6.2 millimeters deep. So I thought, crikey, where am I going to get one of these? Well, Amazon sell a selection of batteries that absolutely give the option to buy a near identical battery. Let's take a look at it. In the description of this video will be a link to this Amazon battery. Same code number, E602248, but instead of being 560 milliamps, it's 620. What does that actually mean? It means it'll last a little bit longer on full charge. Let's take a closer look at these batteries. I'm hoping you can see. I've zoomed in and I've tried to give you a clear shot of the serial numbers. You'll see that they're both the same. The important number is this E602248, as you can see here. This one here is 560 milliamps, and this one here is 620, both at 3.7 volts. Let's take a look at the new battery and the differences. Straight away we can see the plug on the Amazon supplied battery is larger than the original plug. So we're going to have to, unfortunately, cut the cables and solder, red to red, black to black, and put the Sena compatible plug onto the new battery. So what we're going to do now is exactly that. I'm not going to mess around showing you me soldering, but I am going to cut the wires. I am going to use a heat shrink tubing over my soldered wires to protect those wires. But let's just, before I do that, let's take a look at the Amazon battery inside the Sena. Will it fit? So what we can see there, and I haven't swapped the plug connector just yet, is that the Amazon battery fits perfectly, as it should do, 49mm long, 22mm wide and 6.2mm deep. The Amazon battery is about 6.4mm deep, but as we can see, it fits perfectly inside that rectangle left within the Sena. I'm going to use a spot of double-sided tape across the back of the battery to keep it retained within that rectangle we can see. Right, so now not what you're going to see on camera is simply me cutting the red and black and soldering the red and black together and putting heat shrink on to protect those cables. So I'll see you in a few minutes. So what you can see here is that I have soldered and heat shrunk the red and black onto the original Sena connector. Here's the old Amazon battery that was originally attached to this, and I've reinserted the plug. Didn't need to show you this, it will only go one way. It's definitely got a castellated fitting on here, so you can't plug in this wrong, and the idea is that I want to keep this video really high and tight. So all we've got to do is pop the battery into the rectangle, bit of double-sided tape. Let's do that, and then we'll power it up the Sena into the Sena pod, and we'll see what happens, see how successful this has been. So I've now connected the two halves of the case together, and with the avoidance of creating a boring video, you'll see that I've started to screw in the T7, Torx T7 screws. So let's get the last one screwed home, and then what we will do, we'll power her up and check the unit out. So I'm just finishing tightening up the Torx T7. There are some videos that claim it's a Torx T8, but I can absolutely tell you, according to my tool set, it's a Torx T7. Anyway, they're all home. They're all nice and tight. I took care when I put the lid back on that I didn't bend any pins, but let's just fire her up, so to speak, and check. We've got power. There we go. Battery's changed, so it'll go into pairing mode now, clearly. But yeah, I'm exceptionally happy with that. So a new lease of life, and some with a slightly larger capacity battery. Thanks for watching, and if you like these short videos, please think about hitting the like button and subscribe.